Živjo, I'm here. Welcome to my channel, and let's check what books I was reading in March. And I have to say, yes, I did read less. Actually, no, I read more, one book more than last month, so 5 books in total. And I thought to go all green, just like I did with my bullet journal, all green with leaf clovers, lucky leaf clover, and I read mostly fantasy this month. And funny enough, I was thinking like, oh, last year in March I also read fantasy, and I read The Cruel Prince, all 3 books. And here I did the same. I read Holly Black books, 3 books actually. And again, the winner of this, not the winner, my favorite book of this month is, which we will see later, is by Holly Black. I just love the world that she created. Some people just didn't, well, not all, but I did see that some people didn't like The Cruel Prince. Yeah, sure, it doesn't have that much romance built up. It is entirely something else. It's all about the characters and the world. The world that they're in is so messed up. But we will talk about that when we get to the books. Now, the first book that I read was, I may pronounce this wrong, How the King of ELFHAME. I always think that it says Elfenheim, like Helheim, so I'm gonna stick with that. How the King of ELFHAME Learned to Hate Stories. And this is a very short book. It's basically all the way about Carton, his childhood, the way he was growing up. Like, we see the insights more, and the way he saw Jude and liking her, and where they are now. I believe they are now husband and wife, even in this book. But yeah, Carton's childhood was just, it's so sad. And then you realize, it was already said certain things in The Cruel Prince, the entire 3 books, the way Carton was raised, just a little bit. And you understand why Carton acted like a fool, like he was dumb, but he just acted dumb. He's not. In fact, he is quite a strong ruler. But it's just so messed up. And I have to say, the biggest enemy in all these books is his mother. His mother is such a horrible person. Specifically when we get to learn what she did with Carton letters that he was sending to Jude, and why she never got them. That woman needs to be back in that Tower of Forgottenness, or whatever it's called. The funny thing is about the story is that for once Carton wanted to do something without Jude, and that almost got him killed. And yeah, Jude was a bit angry with him, but it all ended well. just he is not very warrior type. That's more Jude. Like Carden will talk political. Jude is you don't follow my command, I stab you. It's basically like that. But overall, short book, but I did like it. I did like to know more about Carden. Now there is another book which I'm not exactly interested in reading, so you tell me about it. It's about Jude's twin sister Tyrene. And I don't know, do I want to read that book or not? Because through the entire 3 books, I just get to this not like Tyrene. I mean, I get it that they're twins, and twins usually choose different paths. Tyrene wanted to be part of the elf world by marrying one, and Jude wanted to be a part of the elf world by being a warrior or something, but it got a little bit different. Actually, she got more than just being a warrior. So yeah. So I'm not completely sure about reading about her. Does the book even tell much about her? To know her, why she didn't choose her sister, but she went with this. He's basically a trickster kind of an elf. I kind of forgot his name. I think it's Locke. But I could think like of him like Loki, basically. So yeah, enough about that other book. This is about Carden. I absolutely liked this book. It was wonderful, and it was great going back into that world. And now we are continuing in the world of Holly Black that she created in ELFHAME, and this one is The Stolen Hair. Now we met all of these characters, well, not all of them, some of them, in the previous books, but they're all grown up now. And I have to say, just reading the first chapter of this book, I almost started crying just because of Bran, the sweet girl who sadly apparently looks extremely dangerous and horrifying even to the elves, specifically her teeth. The way it's described, I think she has like shark teeth, like very sharp. Basically, in the first chapter, it was Bran was abandoned by her parents who were elves in human world, and she got adopted, and she was glammed up as a child, so she didn't exactly look like an elf, so the humans didn't see her teeth or what she actually was. But she did have a little bit like a skin condition, and she was adopted by this lovely family. So she had an older sister and a mom and a dad. And she was very happy. The human parents and the sister really loved her until her real family came to get her back. And then they stripped her of the glam, and the human parents saw of what she is and how she looks. And it was so heartbreaking. Like Ran didn't want to go back to the elves and to that mom and dad. She wanted to stay with the humans because she really felt loved. But she knows if she goes back to the Alpenheim, it's going to be sad, depressing. There's going to be torture, and that's exactly what happened to her. And my God, my heart was just breaking. I was just getting to know her, getting to know this character, and okay, she basically ran away from the ELFHAME when she got older, and she lived in the woods, very close to the human family, but she never showed herself. And someone found her. The one who found her was Oak, which we know him from previous books, and he is now a teenager as well. And he was like looking for her for a reason, which he wasn't completely 100% honest with Ren. But he kind of like needed her help because she can control her mother back in the ELFHAME, and her mother has his father, Madoc, and he wants to save him. So they are on this quest to get there, to get his father, but things don't turn out like that. They are searching for a certain heart, something that happened way back in the past in ELFHAME. And there's this grudge. Someone wants revenge, which I will not say who, but they need to find the heart. And Oak knows where that heart is. And he should have been honest with certain someone. That's all I'm going to say. I love this book. I have so much fun with this book. Totally recommend to read it. Just don't expect a lot of romance and all that. No, this is very much world building, all about the characters, everything that's going on in there. Sure, romance does happen and there's yearning. They feel it, this pull towards each other, and I'm talking about Ren and Oak. And I like this. It's not like they feel something and they go straight like all other books do. You know what I mean. So yeah, this is something else, and I love it. I love it. I do recommend. Now the third book is something else. I'm going back into Elle Kennedy's book, and this time it's The Risk. This is a hockey romance book, just so you know. So we met this girl, I don't know how you pronounce it, but here we call we spell her name Brena. So do you spell it Brena perhaps? Anyway, our girl was mentioned in the first book, and so was Jake. Jake is in hockey team and he is in Harvard, and Brena is in I don't know how you even say that. Basically they're opposite, and the hockey team that are from Brena's school are like enemies, and they want to win and to go to this World Cup or whatever. And yeah, Brena and Jack kind of mess around, so to say. So this is basically like forbidden love, enemies to lovers, and you have fake dating. Brena wants to be not interviewing, I guess that also, but she wants to be on TV, specifically documenting or talking about sports, or more specifically hockey, because she grew up with hockey because her dad is the trainer, and she grew up with this knowing everything, and she's very passionate about it. So when she applied for a job there, it's, you know, misogyny, and there's this guy who was interviewing her, and he's just a piece of you know. And so she kind of said something that she shouldn't. She said that Jake was her boyfriend, but he wasn't. They were like on enemies grounds, but even though there was certain attraction. And so she asked him for a favor, and she will do a favor for him. He said, sure, I will be a fake boyfriend to impress this future boss, for her to, well, not getting a job, but something else. Basically, she needs that. And sure, what he asked from her was to go on a real date. So yeah, there was like back and forth between them, and they were like hiding their relationship, obviously. But yeah, their relationship did get found out by the trainer that is in Harvard, that is training this hockey team. in Harvard. He said something that he shouldn't have to Brenna's father, which those two are also enemies. It's fascinating. Yeah, and their relationship got exposed, and Brenna got a lot more hate than Jake. Misogyny, obviously. Yeah, they did get back together and everything, and this is romance book. Of course they're gonna get back together and it's going to be a happy ending. But yeah, there were like complications and all that. And I do like that especially Brenna was kind of like fighting the attraction. But of course they gave in. So this is a spicy book. I give it 3 hearts, just so you know. It was fun, but I still feel that the first book is better. That's just how I'm feeling. And we're back in the ELFHAME. This is the second book, and this is the prisoner's throne. Now, Oak is in prison. What happened? You may ask yourself. Well, you have to read the first book to know that. She's in prison. There's a new queen, and he is in her prison, and he is trying to stop the war that might happen between ELFHAME and this new queen. And he's really trying for that not to happen. And how does he stop? Or not exactly stop, but like put a pause on it. Is by saying that he's going to marry the queen. I think we all know who the queen is. I was talking about the attraction between Oak and Bran. She became queen. How did she become queen? You have to figure that out. You have to read it. But yeah, he is going to marry her to like make peace, for war not to happen. Bran is all about that, but Bran can't do that because of certain someone. And no, that's not Oak. Someone is having her like a chess piece, and she has to do what they tell her. So Oak takes Bran back home to like celebrate their engagement, and they will get married then later. But things didn't go so well. War did kind of break out, and Oak was kind of thrown in the situation where does Jude, his sister, even trust him? And they were in a duel to fight. I'm not gonna say who won or what happened, you have to read it. I did like this book, but I do like the first one a lot more. There's just something about these books, specifically when there's war and the fighting, and I just get so lost. Like, I'm not all that focused. Like, I'm fine where there's a quest. Once there's fighting, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I just get lost. I can't picture it happening or how it's happening. Of course, there's a happy ending in this book. War was won. Everything's fine. But with the sacrifice, someone needed to sacrifice himself. And everyone thought that they're dead. But they just had to peel their skin off and be reborn. That's all I'm going to say. I do recommend reading these 2 books. I have so much fun reading them. And we are at the last book, and this is The Fine Print, the first book by Lauren Asher. The book was fine. This is enemies to lovers, workplace romance. Even though it's written enemies to lovers, I did not exactly feel that. So basically our male lead, Rowan, his grandfather passed away and he left his will, and he has it's him and 2 other brothers, and their grandfather left them with certain will that he wishes for them to fulfill, even though he's no longer here. And for Rowan is to be this director of this, like Disneyland, basically. It's a theme park, the happiest place on earth. And for him to lead, and Rowan was extremely good as a child in drawing and planning and I guess, drawing buildings and stuff like that. And he kind of lost his passion because of his father. And he kind of got the passion back through this girl named Zahara. She works there for a long time, and she even worked with his grandfather, so she's very well aware. Well, not aware. She just knows the grandfather, but not him. When they met, she didn't know who he was. So when she applied for a job to be in this program of creators, she was extremely drunk and sent this email, and she was accepted. And Roman kind of wanted to know, because she was such a nice person, like she needs to have something in the back, like maybe she's hiding something. But she just general is a very nice girl, not toxic or anything like that. How did he get inspired to go drawing again? Zahara had this amazing new idea for the theme park, but her drawings were horrible. And so he pretended that he has a friend who will help her out to make her drawing look more alive, and basically her idea. But that friend was him. He's been lying that he is this, I forgot the imaginary names. I mean, the guy that he was playing, was it Scott? I guess he introduced himself as Scott when they were messaging on the phone, until later, when Zahara and Rowan were getting a little bit more romantically involved, did he tell her the truth of Scott was actually him. And I did not specifically like this. Like, the book was fine, but there were things that just bothered me. And the thing is, how much he lied. And then when he told Zahara his past, I get it. It's not fun what happened to him, but that should not be excused. And second of all, she just forgave him so fast just because he just told her all of this about his past. Basically all words, all yapping. And not only did she forgive him, the same minute he told her everything, they end up having sex. And that happened twice. He was honest with her twice. Like, he told her, give me a chance, let me explain myself. He did that twice. And that's what bothers. Like, come on, he's been lying to you. I mean, it's fine if you want to forgive him, but not in the same damn minute he told you everything. And then end up having sex immediately. Like that it's like, that solves all the problems. And yeah, I did not agree with that. So that kind of didn't work for me. Otherwise, the book was fine. It didn't jump straight into a relationship. There was like yearning and all that. It was a slow build up until they get there. Like, half of the book was like getting there, and then the other half was them in relationship and him telling the truth and all that. So the book was okay. It was okay. I still had fun reading it. And here we are back to the beginning. Here are my books that are the favorites of the month. Last month I forgot to print my favorites for February, and this is for March. I only owned one book, 2 were from the library, and I did read quite a lot. I'm very happy with it. So that would be all for this month. Thank you so much for watching. Please write down in the comments below what books did you read this month, and I hope to see you in my next video. Ciao ciao!